Hello, party people. As you come in, make sure you give me a 5 so I can know whether or not you can hear me in the chat. Give me a 5 if you can hear me okay. Today is one of those days where I've had a lot to do today. My children had orientation today. I have a couple of labels to print. Took over 50 packages to the post office today. So you guys make sure you check your emails because your tracking number should be updating. Thank you so much. How are you guys doing today? Today, I want to have a very, very blunt conversation. This is going to be an open forum for question and answers, but I need you to be aware. If you are new to my channel, let's do that first. If you are new here, give me a 2. If you are new to my channel, give me a 2. But if you're OG to my channel, give me a 9. That's my favorite number. So if you new, give me a 2. I really like that number 2. Give me a 2 if you're new. And then if you are OG, give me a 9. Let me know. I just want to know who I'm dealing with, so I'll know how I'm coming in. What angles we're moving in. Let me know where you're going. Here it is. 9. Okay, so most of you. Oh, there's a 2 here. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, 999 for the fine. Okay, so today, you guys, I want to A, answer some of your questions, and B, I want to make a couple announcements, but I want to be able to speak bluntly. So if you are OG here, bear with me because I just have to tell the new people this. I am a very blunt person, just so you can know a little bit about me, all right? I am a licensed cosmetologist, a scientist, a consultant, a business owner, overall entrepreneur. Okay. And I stood behind the chair doing hair for over a decade before I decided to go into more of a scientific, to tackle the cosmetology field for more of a scientific angle. And that's what I've been doing for the past like 5 or 6 years, probably longer than that at this point, right? So that's who I am. But I'm from Detroit and I speak straight, no chaser. I don't really know how to mix words. This won't be one of those channels where you get like, oh, my dear friend, what you can do. No. Imagine right now, as you talking to me, I'm not your doctor. I'm nobody. You paying this for free. You ain't paying me. Okay. And I'm your friend. So we're 2 friends having a conversation. If you ask me a question, I'm going to talk to you the same way your friend was talking to you. Like, girl, what? That's stupid. Like that. All right. So don't take offense to anything that I say. All right. So, for one, I really want to, I know some people are going to be like, Cyn, you don't have to address stuff like this, but I do. Because it's something that comes up on my channel so much. So I want to tackle these 2 things because even though the people who are going to say this are not here right now, they're going to watch it later and I have to delete like 15 of these comments. So I'm just trying to get ahead of it. Just a little bit, all right? So it's 2 things I always get. The first thing, like I told you guys, I have been, this is one comment, but we're going to get to that in a second. I have been, like I said, a licensed cosmetologist for over a decade. So as I'm talking to you, like you won't see me doing as much now because I'm looking at the camera over here and the screen is right here, right? So every blue moon, I will do this, touch my hair, but it irritates a lot of women that I touch my hair. And like for this lady here, and I want to say, I just want to throw up, her name is Karen. I didn't say this. Her name is Karen. Her mother named her Karen. I did not say she's a Karen. Her mother named her Karen. Karen said, you're constantly playing with your hair. Tie it up. It's distracting. So you can read that on your own time. Like I told Karen, if you are one of those people who is going to be irritated by me touching my hair, then this probably isn't the video for you. Because like I said, I did hair for like over a decade, right? So I'm used to being the person behind the camera fixing somebody's hair, right? So if somebody's on camera and I was the hairstylist that fits their hair, I'm watching them as they're talking. If any hair moves out of place, I'm like, hold on, y'all, hold on real quick. Fixing stuff, coming through with my comb and brush. So naturally, when I'm filming myself, especially when I'm filming on this camera, the viewfinder opens like this. So I'm looking directly at myself. If it's a hair up, I'm fixing it, I'm touching it. So listen, if you are a person like Karen, like I said, her mama named her Karen. I don't have nothing to do with this shit. If you are a person like Karen who is distracted and your focus is easily distracted and you're not going to be able to pay attention to the complete sentences that I'm saying because I'm touching my hair, then this may not be the video for you. All right. And then next up, I live in a desert, right? Thank God now it's starting to like cool off, but through the summer it's like 100 degrees at 10 o'clock at night, right? I am in the desert, Las Vegas, Nevada. Look on your map. This is the desert, all right? So I am hot all the time and I'm sweating all the time. So yes, I wear wigs. So if you are a person who cannot learn from somebody who wears wigs because they live in the desert, then this may not be the video for you. So I just wanted to get past that. I'm sorry for everybody who that doesn't pertain to. I'm so sorry that you have to listen to that, but that's something that I have to address on a regular basis. So I just wanted to get ahead of it before I get to that, because sometimes it'll be more comments about that than it will be about what I'm actually talking about. So what I want you guys to do is go ahead, unload your questions really quick, really fast. Go ahead and do that. But as we're doing that, I really, really do want to talk about the state of, I'm trying to think of a good way to say this. I'm trying to try not to offend anybody. The state that most women are in as it pertains to the scalp is across the board something that is avoidable, and in some instances something that can be reversed. So there are so many women that I know that are not necessarily dermatologists, but they work in dermatology offices, and they're finding that the majority of the clients that are coming in with these forms of alopecia are Black women. Now, this video is not an attack on Black women. You my people, you my sister, girl. And listen, this is not a channel for the Black woman who wants to argue. This is not a channel for the Black woman that wants to debate. This is a channel for the Black woman, or the woman in general, because you do not have to be a Black woman. Hair is hair, a scalp is a scalp, a follicle is a follicle, baby. All right. So this is a channel for somebody who's looking for knowledge, and you already have some knowledge and you just want some extra stuff to come back on top of that, and you're going to keep doing your research. That's who this channel is for. Okay. I'm not here to try to convince anybody of anything. I'm not here to try to change anybody's mind. I'm not trying to be, oh, hell, Cyn Doll and what she has to say. No, I don't get down like that. Okay. So over the years, right, I go back and forth about the way that I want to help. For sure, doing hair stuff behind the chair is not happening, right? But I was going back and forth, and I'm just being blunt. Give me a 2 real quick in the chat if I could be blunt without y'all. Nobody get mad. Give me a 2 real quick if I could be blunt. Straight no chaser. I don't want to offend anybody. Real quick. If not, I'll move on and wait for questions. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so my passion is helping people get out of stuff that they don't want to be in anymore, whether they deserve to be there or not, whether it's their fault for them being there, whatever the case may be. That is my passion. But my passion is not to argue. My passion is not to go back and forth. If you are hitting me up, I'm going to magically assume that you trust me and you're going to listen to everything that I have to say, right? And I'm not going to have to like go back and forth with you to prove myself to you. And then the second thing is, as it pertains to one-on-one consultations, when you book a one-on-one consultation with me, you book that hour. And I think the problem that I was having before on top of people not wanting to listen, which we'll get into that a little bit deeper if y'all want to. But on top of that, it's like people think that once they book you for that hour, that means that you're theirs indefinitely. Like they can email you and like send you all of these questions and stuff. But it's like, I'm not being rude, but y'all have to understand, if we're on the live together, right? If we're on a coaching call and you ask me a question, right? One question, it could be a complex answer that may take me like 15 minutes to give you a roundabout answer, to break it down to you in a way that you can understand, right? So if you ask me 8 questions via email, it's going to take me longer to sit there, read all of those questions, give you answers, send you links, and answer all of these questions, all of this information. It's going to take me longer to do that via email than it's going to take me if we were just having a conversation. It's going to take more time out of my day, because like I could still work and talk. Not that I do that when I'm doing one-on-ones, but I could still work and talk. I can't email. If once I'm answering 50 million questions, I can't do anything else while I'm doing that. Right, that has my undivided attention. So that was another reason that I decided to step back a little bit on one-on-one consultations, because it becomes a little overwhelming, right? If I'm giving myself to you, if you book me for that hour, and within that hour I'm giving you everything you need, and then after we get off that call, right, I'm sending you whatever links I promise you that I will send you, and then that's it. That's all. That's it, right? And then after that, if you have more questions, or then you book a follow-up appointment. If you need more than that, then you book a follow-up appointment, or you book another hour-long appointment. So that was why I said, okay, I'm just gonna step back a little bit from one-on-one consultations. That was number one. And then number two, we have to be able to take accountability. So I have a question. How many of you were, and this is, before I ask this question, I have been in this position before. A lot of the things that I teach you guys, or a lot of the things that I talk about, I didn't learn in cosmetology school, right? I didn't learn that in cosmetology school. Just like most mechanics, yeah, they learn how to be a good mechanic or how to do it legally going to school, but their craft, what separates a master mechanic from just the everyday mechanic, is the way that they've cultivated their skill, the amount of time that they've put into the craft after they got the certification to do it legally. Right? Just because somebody is licensed to do something doesn't mean that they're amazing at their job. It just means that they have the license. That's why consultations are a thing, because when you book a consultation, you can sit there and you can take the science that you already know about your own body and sit down and talk to the doctor that you're going to, or the hairstylist that you're going to, or whoever that person may be, right? To then figure out who is aligned best with the information that you already have, right? It's just as simple as that. So that's something that I want most people to get into, because that was one of the main reasons that I decided that I didn't want to do hair anymore, because I have always been so in love with the science of hair. I've always been so in love with like teaching people the ins and out of the human body. But when I was standing behind the chair, and y'all, can y'all be honest? I'll give you an honest. I'm gonna be honest first. At first, I didn't want to hear it. The first time I heard certain information, I was like, what? Not to mention, the first person who taught me certain things that I know now didn't look like me. So I was really like, boy, if you don't know, I was talking about it. Hey, Mr. Angelo, he was like a middle-aged white dude. And he had a mohawk that was bright purple, and his name was Mr. Angelo, and he talked like that. Yes. And he was the one teaching me certain stuff about the scalp and the follicle. And I was looking at him like, boy, if you don't go looking like you just came from Lollipop Land on the Wizard of Oz. But I had to really sit back, and because I'm a scientist and because I really, really, really want to know the way things work, I'm separated from my emotions, right? And I feel like that's most of our issues. We can't separate from our emotions. It is an emotional connection that says, I gotta grease my scalp. It's emotion. You know why? Because your mama used to do it, and you remember those times, and you love those times because it has so many good memories connected to it, right? But as hard as I work today, my daughter and my son had a orientation for school today. And as much as I'm proud of myself, I'm working hard so my daughter can go learn something that may blow stuff that I know today out of the water. And I'm already today able to open myself up to be like, okay, I hear that, break it down, make it make sense. And once she make it make sense, I have no pride as it pertains to that. And so I feel like that's where we need to get to, the place where we can be completely separate from our emotions and the way that we feel, and just be able to collect certain information, because the amount of Black women with these different forms of alopecia at one time is freaking crazy. And I also, there is a person that I service. This was years ago, so this not nobody I'm doing consults with. This is years ago, right? Well, it is somebody I'm doing consults with, but not currently at this time. And they had this really, really intense scalp infection. This really, really, really intense scalp infection. And I told them exactly what to do, but they didn't want to hear it, right? So then they said, okay, I'm gonna wait. I'm about to go try all of this different stuff. Not to mention the scalp infection was literally a live organism, a live microorganism moving and living within the follicle, right? So just because you don't believe me doesn't mean that it's not there. Whether you believe me or not, whether you believe your doctor or not, this is for the person who is going into dermatologists and not really taking their words for it. Whether you believe your dermatologist or not, if your dermatologist took a biopsy, if your dermatologist took a skin biopsy and then gave you a shampoo and conditioner, what happened is your dermatologist looked at your scalp under an electron microscope and saw a real live, not life, live, living organism. They saw something alive swimming in the follicle, and then they gave you a medicated shampoo and conditioner, and they said, put this on your scalp however many times or whatever they told you to do. They said, put this on your scalp and this is gonna kill it, and keep using it. But then your response will be, oh, well, it makes my hair dry. It has to make your hair dry. It has to. The reason that the bacteria is there is because there's been an overproduction of product. There's product buildup, and there's an overproduction of sebum within your follicle because your body is trying to fight the bacteria off. So by you'll use it and you like, oh, my scalp feels dry. My scalp feels so dry. Your scalp don't feel dry, baby. Your scalp feels how hair always is supposed to feel. That's all that's happening. Hair is just feeling how it's always supposed to feel, and it makes you uncomfortable. But if you keep using, if you keep following the directions and you just give it a month, right? Because sometimes it'll take a month. Sometimes it takes 2 months for the bacteria in the follicle to die. But we're so used to instant gratification that we won't stick through. We won't stick through and take it and use the prescribed shampoo and conditioner that the dermatologist gave us, because it's like, oh, it just seemed like it's getting worse. Most likely it's gonna seem like it's getting worse before it's getting better, because as that bacteria is dying, it's fighting to stay alive. So you're gonna feel discomfort. It's not gonna feel magical and beautiful at first. You are literally putting something. If you go to see a dermatologist, they give you a biopsy and then give you something to put on it. That means that now you have to go home and war with the bacteria that is living in your follicle. But see, what we do, instead of you following the directions that the dermatologist gave you, you said, it's making it worse, it's making it dry, and it's not getting better. It's been 2 weeks. So you stop taking it. And then once you stop taking it, the problem is going to get even worse. You know why? Because you just putting it on your scalp for a little bit, the bacteria is like, oh, like some of it really does start to get weaker, but then as you stop, it starts to strengthen itself. And then it comes back bolder, stronger. That's how it goes. That's why you'll see the dermatologist. And when you first see the dermatologist, it's only one small little spot. But the longer you go on, it goes from a little spot to one that is covering your entire head. And see, when you go in the dermatologist, the reason that they're rude is because they keep having this conversation with all of y'all. And they know that none of y'all are going to listen because they're not Black. All right. I'm done talking y'all to death for now. Let y'all questions go because nobody's asked any. You guys are just listening to me talk. But I'm here to answer your questions. Lost my number. Can I have yours? Have these nuts? No. So that's something that I do want everybody to really, really, really think about, right? I'm gonna give y'all time. That's something that I do want everybody to really think about, because most of the things that seem like they're really, really complicated to understand or really complicated to fix are not that complicated to fix, I promise. So like I said, that's one of the main reasons that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna chill out doing consultations for a second, because I found myself constantly explaining to people that I work in solidarity with a dermatologist. I'm not against a dermatologist. It's not like, excuse me, I don't feel like, oh, don't book an appointment with me. Book an appointment with your dermatologist. Like, I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that at all. And that's what I really want y'all to get into, because, and a lot of people aren't going to like that I have this to say, but the whole team natural thing and all of that, it is, I know I keep talking about it, but it's the reason that I keep talking about it is because I'm constantly having one-on-one consultations with women, and every one-on-one consultation I am breaking a team natural chokehold. Like, for example, I'll have a client, and this is years ago, this isn't anybody recent. I'll have a client who was constantly having her hair falling out, and she's like, no matter what I do, my hair is falling out. No matter what I do, my hair is weak, blah 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 blah. And so then once I asked her what her routine was shampooing her hair, conditioning it, but leaving the conditioner in, and then just walking around the house or like going to sleep. She never washed out her conditioner, and most of the time her hair was wet, and she wore wash and goes all the time, and she literally walked around with a water bottle that had nothing but water, conditioner, and essential oils in it mixed up. And every time her hair dried out, she would take that water bottle, spray her scalp, spray her hair shaft. So once we had that long consultation and we broke everything down, we figured out that team natural hack that the majority of women with naturally curly hair do, that team natural hack gave her hydro fatigue. And I have a video on hydro fatigue if you guys want to talk more about it. Can using tea tree shampoo line cause flaking? Not sure if it's dandruff. So y'all need to know the difference between dandruff and your regular skin cell turnover. So every 28 days, the skin on your scalp dies off. It dies and then falls off every 28 days. And then dandruff is a scalp infection. So that's something everybody needs to know. Dandruff is not dry scalp. Dandruff is oily scalp. That's another thing. Most people are confused about dandruff. People think dandruff is dry scalp. Dandruff is not dry scalp. This is a fact. Look it up. Scientifically, look it up. Somebody real quick. Everybody got the internet by them. Dandruff is oily scalp. Dandruff is not dry scalp. It's not. It is not, y'all. It's not. All right. So that's something that I really need y'all to think about. So as it pertains to the tea tree shampoo line causing flaking, no, it's not causing flaking. And the thing is, if you are a person who used to grease their scalp all the time in the past, or if you are a person who goes, like for example, if you washing your hair once a month and you see it flaking, oh yeah, it's gonna flake. You know why? Because you have 28 days worth of dead skin cells that haven't been able to come up. It's called dry brushing or scientific brushing. Dry brushing is something that every race of woman does except for black women. Dry brushing is something that every woman walking the face of this earth does when she wakes up in the morning and before she go to sleep. And dry brushing is something that you do every day because it removes dead skin cells off the scalp. So if you're not removing them manually by just simply brushing your hair a couple of minutes, just brush your hair. It don't have to be an hour. You can do it for 5 minutes, not even a full 5 minutes. You can do it for 4. You can do it for 4 minutes a day, if even that. All right, just brushing your hair for 4 minutes a day will remove all of the dead skin cells from your scalp. And once those dead skin cells are removed, your natural hair growth cycle can move like normal. But if you're not brushing your hair on a regular basis and then you use something like tea tree that is going to break down dead skin cells and help you to remove them, you will notice dead skin coming up from the scalp. Dry scalp and dandruff are two completely different things. Dandruff is not dry scalp. If you see dandruff, you have a scalp infection. They're two completely different things, right? What is the serum you selling for thinning hair? Thank you so much for sharing and educating on here. I don't sell serum for thinning hair. I only sell teas and extracts. I don't sell and rose water. I had okay, y'all already said that I can speak freely, so don't get mad. But I started with my herbal glaze. We did very well. We sold out within like the first 2 weeks, but I have no desire to sell hair products. I love y'all so much, but I have no desire whatsoever to sell hair products. Like it seems like every other week is a brand new hair product coming out, and then every time a new hair product comes out, it's like everybody wants. Okay, for example, I just feel like, and I could be wrong, but this is just how I feel. I feel like if I start a product line, like if I bring up a shampoo and conditioner, it isn't gonna be like, whose shampoo is better? Cyn Doll's and I have no desire to be a part of it. I have had Simple Apothecary for approximately 3 or 4 months now. There has not been one video, whose teas are better, Cyn's, or because nobody's gonna have those conversations. Why? I'm not making the plants die. So I don't have anything to do with that. So I just have no desire. I don't, that's why I left the hair industry. I don't want to do that teeter-totter fight. I'm better. No, I'm better. No, look at me. No, I have no desire. And I know for some people from the outside looking in, it may not look like it looks like that, but that's how it is. And there's no way for you to understand it until you get in it. I didn't understand it either until I was in it. But I don't have a hair serum. I love you. You're welcome, lovely. You're welcome. I love the information you give. I love you for taking in the information that I'm giving. Can you make your hair become full if you're born with thin hair? Normally, no. Because that's like being like, I mean you not really. I mean it's food that you can eat. It's like certain colors you can get, but for the most part, no. Because the average person has anywhere between 1 to 4 strands of hair in their head. So somebody with thinner hair was born with only 3 hairs per follicle. So I mean, unless you write the Lord a note and say, hey, can you pop in make some of these follicles that only got 2 going and put about 3.5, about 3.8 follicles up in there. You know what I mean? Like, not being funny, but not really. I mean, like I said, there are some things that you can do to like change your diet around and stuff like that, and some of those things may help, because a lot of times, and I'm not saying nothing about your mama, that's what I'm saying, I'm not saying nothing about nobody's mama, but a lot of times what can happen is you think that you was born with stuff like that, but when you say hair that I was born with, what you really saying is, as far as I can remember, that could go back to your mama greasing your scalp when you was little, and you just always had slower hair growth, and so your hair looked thinner because you was always getting your scalp greased. It could be so many different things, right? So what I would say is try it out, become your own scientist, right? And change your diet up 100%. I have an ebook on amino acids, right? It's called The Building Blocks of Amino Acids. It tells you what fruits and vegetables hold all of the amino acids that your body needs to build healthy hair, skin, and nails, all of that, right? And so you can change your diet up, and after you change your diet up, or as you're changing your diet up, do like a complete scalp detox. Olaplex 4C is my favorite scalp detox. You can do like a scalp detox, change up your stuff, change up the way that you do stuff, and then start to see how that works, because you just never know. Like I said, when you say, oh, born with thinner hair, were you born with thinner hair, or have your habits just always prevented your hair from being as thick as it can be? That one or the other. All right. I noticed my hair balded in the middle of my scalp and at the front. I don't own my scalp, and I no longer spray my hair with water. Just started using Olaplex, but what can I do to stop the balding? So when you say that I no longer spray my hair with water, how long were you doing it, and how long has it been since you stopped? I'm not being rude, love, but a lot of times, if you've been spraying your hair down with water for over a year, or if you sprayed your hair down with water on a daily basis for over a month, that's enough to cause permanent hydrophysique. That's enough to cause permanent damage to the hair shaft until it grows out. So hair is not one of those things that's like, okay, I'm not doing that no more. What do I put on it to fix it? No, it don't work like that. That's why, even though Team Natural told you hairstylists just want you to be bald, because we're like, get a trim every 8 to 10 weeks. That's not get all your hair cut off. Getting a trim doesn't mean haircut. A trim and a haircut are two different things. A trim means go to the shop, sit down in the chair, or do it yourself, look at your ends, see if there are any splits, rips, holes, or tears, and cut them off. Because if they stay on your hair shaft, they're going to split all the way up to the follicle. And once it splits to the follicle, that's it. Once the end splits, it cannot be formed or fused back together. Your hair shaft is just like your nail. If your nail breaks, it cannot be formed back together. You can glue it back together, but that's only going to last as long as the glue is, right? So those are all things that I really want y'all to think about. It makes sense. Oh, thank you. I just got my Olaplex 0, 3, 4, 4C, 5, 6, and 8. My hair is damaged with, I don't know what happened, with split ends and fairy knots. Okay, split ends and fairy knots are the same thing. Split ends and fairy knots are the same thing. Olaplex will not fix your split ends. It don't work like that. Split ends cannot be fused back together. That is why a hairstylist is constantly saying, get a trim every 8 to 10 weeks. Once the ends split, that is it. If you want to show, if you need a direct representation of what happens to your ends once they split, take your fingernail and tear it. I'm not doing it to mine. But if you have a longer fingernail, get a nail and tear it. It's not going to grow back together. It doesn't matter what you put on it. It doesn't matter what type of bold glue nail gel you put on top of the nail, even if you get a gel overlay on top of a broken nail, when that gel comes off, most of the time that broken nail has broken all the way across and it just comes off all together with the nail when it pops off. Your split ends are the same way. Fairy knots and split ends are the same thing. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Hold on, I'm about to show you right now because I want you to. I'm a visual person because I did hair for over a decade, so I never was like, come to me, I'm the coldest in the street. Like, never. My work just spoke for me, so I've never had to do a whole bunch of talking. That's why sometimes certain stuff, if I have to explain it too much, I get irritated because that's not my thing. All right. So look at this. You see this one right here? Second row. The second row, third picture. That is a single strand knot. And this is the scientific name for single strand knots. Single strand knots are a form of split ends. Single strand knots are a form, they're a hair shaft disorder. Right? So you see all of these different ones. Hold on, let me take a comment now. You see all of these different scalp, all of these different, like this is the split end right here. The one on the bottom right, I'm sorry, the bottom left, on the bottom left, this is the split end that this is the split end that most of you are used to seeing, right? Either the one on the bottom left or the one on the top right. These are the type of split ends that everybody is used to seeing. But as you can see, there are multiple forms of split ends. A single strand knot is right here. Okay, this is a split end, aka a single strand knot. A single strand knot, it does not matter what product you put on a knot. A knot does not, if you have a knot in your shoe, how does it matter how much product you put on it? Is that going to take that knot out of that shoe? And then if a knot is tight enough, there's no taking it out. The only thing you can do is cut it. And that's how it goes as it pertains to the human hair shaft. That's how it goes, right? So as far as it goes with split ends and with Olaplex, y'all know I love Olaplex. I have been using Olaplex since before I got my license, and I've had my license for a long time. And I haven't found anybody better than Olaplex. But my lover, Olaplex will not mend back together split ends. It does not work like that. Split ends cannot be mended back together permanently. They could be you could put a band-aid on them temporarily, but even that band-aid, the ends are still going to keep splitting up the hair shaft. That's just how it's going to go. So the way that you avoid single strand knots, the way that you avoid split ends is just simply getting a trim. That is it, and that's all. I love y'all so much. Oh my God, I do. What you are saying is the truth. I am in the scientific field, and I started noticing flakes on my scalp only to realize that certain species of fungus feed off oils. Listen, you're a scientist, and as a scientist, you already know. So just apply everything that you know about the other parts of the human body to the scalp. Not you, but across the world, Craig, not just the city, but the world. For whatever reason, it's like we recognize every other part of our body as something that has systems and patterns and routines, except for our hair and except for our scalp. That's the one part of our body that's like, no, so that's what it is. There are, like you said, there's a certain type of bacteria that feeds on sebum. Peep game, you know what else? So you a scientist, so you already know. I'm talking to everybody else, but not really. It's just me and her talking right now. So you know about lice, right? The reason that lice live in hair is because they're attracted to sebum. A pregnant mother, right, that's pregnant with a bunch of little lice babies, what she does, she seeks out, she's smelling, because there are microorganisms everywhere. You know this, you a scientist. There are microorganisms everywhere. We could see, if y'all could see what's crawling on your face right now, you will pass out. That's why we can't see it, right? But there are microorganisms everywhere, and a pregnant mama, she's flying around or floating around looking for that smell of sebum. Why? Because she lays her babies on a hair shaft that is infested with sebum, because her baby is going to use that sebum to grow. The sebum that is coming out of your scalp is so powerful and it is so magnificent that it can help a baby life, a baby embryo from the beginning stages of life to the end, all on your hair shaft, because the sebum is that powerful. Not because, oh, you nasty, oh, you trifling. No, because your sebum is so powerful that it attracts other bugs and other insects, and they come to feed off of it because it's that powerful. That's why you have to wash your hair on a regular basis, because if you do not, just because it's not the lice that's on the hair, that doesn't mean other microorganisms are not attracted to the lice. To the sebum, to the scent that the sebum is letting off. And scientists, you in the room, disagree with me if I'm wrong. So when other organisms smell that sebum in your scalp, you may not smell it. First of all, as a hairstylist, I can always smell it. So I don't know how to feel y'all ain't smell it. But if you can smell it, you know other microorganisms can smell it, and they way smaller than you, so they smell stuff on a level that you don't even smell it on. So the scalp is infested with bacteria, and instead of you, when you feel all of that intense itching is that's the bacteria floating around. So what you're supposed to do is go shampoo the hair. But instead, we think, oh, my scalp itches, let me go add water. Just spray it with water. Oh, my scalp itches, let me add oil. Oh, it must be dry, let me add oil. Where in reality, a lot of times, all of the oils and stuff that you're putting on it is what's leading to the bacteria infection in the scalp to begin with. That's why when you go see the dermatologist, the first thing a dermatologist is going to tell a Black woman is stop greasing the scalp. And the first thing a Black woman is going to say, I'm not listening to him because he not Black and he don't know we need oil. That is the most ignorant statement that you can make. I'm sorry. And if you feel a way about what I'm saying, stop saying it. It's the most ignorant thing that you can say. You wash your face every day because your skin is oily. There's no space between the skin on your forehead and the skin on your scalp. So why are you washing your face every day but washing your hair every 3 months? Make it make sense. I got a question. It's not a rhetorical one. Why, if your scalp don't need to be clean, and if dirt make your hair grow, why are you washing your face every day and brushing your teeth when you get up? Dirt make your teeth grow. Those are all things I want us to think about. I'm sorry. Is it okay to use oil on your hands? Yeah, but only if you need it. If the sebum is running down your hair like it's supposed to, you don't really need oil on your hands. What I challenge you to do is just try to stop using it. Don't get offended. Not you, Bill. Not you. Anybody. Don't get offended when I say this, but I feel like all Black women are crackheads when it comes to hair products. Like, y'all are crackheads. Y'all are addicted. Y'all got problems. My name is Shalissa. And I'm a product head. I'm a crackhead. Like, for real. Because y'all will wash y'all hair. Hair is clean. Hair silky and smooth. Can I at least put it on my ends? Why? Does your hair need it? Does your hair feel broken? Does it feel brittle? Why are you putting it on your ends? If your hair doesn't need a product, don't use it. And I think that's what messed everything up, because I've been a licensed cosmetologist for over a decade. I've been a product affiliate as long as product affiliate stuff has been around. I buy products too, but products are tools. You will never meet a cosmetologist that tell you, I can't do no hair unless I got this product. You will never hear it. And if you do, don't go to her. Because a real hairstylist will be able to do your hair with or without product. It's been multiple times I've had to do 5, 6 models by myself with nothing but hairspray and a comb and a blow dryer. It can get done. Products are tools, right? So these are the things that I want y'all to think about. And again, if you're going to put oil on your end, ask yourself why. Why are you putting it on your ends? And if you cannot answer the question of why, when you wash your hair and put your leave-in conditioner in, wash your hair, put conditioner in, rinse that out, put your leave-in conditioner in, and blow dry your hair, and then you spray your heat protectant on the flat iron it. Why are you putting oil on your ends? When you get done, is your hair dry? After you blow dry your hair, when you get done blow drying your hair with your leave-in conditioner, and then all you gonna do is put your hair in a ponytail. You're not gonna do nothing else. What are you putting oil on the ends for? What is the oil on the ends gonna do? I'm not being a smart ass. I want to answer to the question. I'm not saying, oh, you better give me an answer. No, that's not what I'm saying. What is the answer to that question? If I can ask you a question and you cannot give me an answer, you do not need to use the product. Point blank, period. Because and your answer can't be, oh, so I can moisturize my ends, because the sebum from your scalp is going to do that as long as you comb your hair in the morning when you wake up and at night before you go to bed. What are you doing? Because you feel your hair is brittle and dry. If you feel like your hair is brittle and dry, you need a trim. Oil is not, listen. Okay, once again, how does you add in the oil help with brittleness and dryness of the hair? If your hair is brittle, it's because some of your ends are raveled or broken. Oil doesn't fix broken or ravished ends. It doesn't. All the oil is going to do is put a coating or a barrier on the hair shaft. So brittle hair and broken hair doesn't need a layer or a barrier on top of it. All oil does is create a barrier. So if your hair is brittle and broken, why would you put a barrier over it? That's not going to heal it. It's just going to put a blanket on top of something. Like if something is infected, or you just going to cover it? No, you wouldn't do that. Because then the infection will grow. You're going to treat it first and you're going to let it breathe. And then at a certain point, you will cover it. So again, that's with every product. Like, why? Why are you using it? Don't just go in the store, I'm about to get that. That's what messes y'all up. Because y'all go online, your favorite YouTuber then picked up 78 products and said, hey, get this, and that. And then you get home and you get on YouTube, let me find a video on how to use this. Stop doing that. That's stupid. I'm sorry if it's offending you. That's dumb. And not you altogether. That's dumb. That's dumb. You don't do that with nothing else. When you go to the grocery store, unless you just got money to blow, you know exactly what you're getting. I'm cooking this, and that. You're not just picking up random ingredients. You don't know what they are. And then getting home and your whole grocery list full of stuff you don't know what it is. No. You getting stuff with you know what it is. And then even if you don't know, you'll sit in the store, go on your phone, look on Google. But with your hair, you try anything. Apple cider vinegar, let's do that. It's like, come on. I just want y'all to like put stuff together. Sorry, I skipped over the button. Sorry. Hey, Cyn, I just placed another order for the blue. Hey, I'm not hibiscus. Oh, hi. You know what's crazy? I'm supposed to be putting orders while we on here, but I think it's gonna be too loud on the camera, so I don't know if y'all want to hear all that. Yes, I plan to trim no love lost with damaged ends. I know exactly what you are describing. Yes, my lover. Just go ahead and get a trim. Don't sipping on my PT and getting this good information. Oh, you sipping on some blue tea. Listen, I love y'all so much. The vlog that I'm posting tomorrow, because that's what I was supposed to be doing today, but I had orientation for my kids, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get that video done today. And if I do, it's gonna be half-assed. So I'm just coming on live. But y'all, I am so blown away by how many orders, like literally on at least 2-3 times a week, me and my husband have batches of like 60, 70 orders 3 times a week. Oh my God, like I just love y'all so freaking much. And just know I am doing this all by myself. I don't have, well, my husband and my mom. So it's me, my husband, and my mom. Just the 3 of us. It's not no big, huge team. Oh, and then the kids, they be helping carry stuff and you know. But it's not no big old huge team. So don't be thinking, oh, see, I got all these people. No, I don't. So thank you everybody for your patience. Girl, I know that's why I love your challenge. You're the only person making sense, and I'm ready to from other YouTubers. But boo, that's something that I don't want you to do. And it's for selfish reasons, because I feel like at the beginning, everybody used to always be talking shit anyway. Because at the time I had a short pixie cut. Let me tell you something. I'm probably about to cut my hair again in like a year, because it is hot. And I'm not trying to impress y'all, because it especially like now, I have some people that's like, oh, you have no wigs. I'm not about to listen to you. It don't matter what I do. There's gonna be somebody bald head granddaughter that don't want to listen. So I'm gonna wear my hair like I want to. But I appreciate you so much, and just know, like, you can ask me anything, but I just want us to speak and think in reality. And I don't want you to, I'm like, you don't necessarily have to unsubscribe. Just don't do nothing that they tell you to do unless it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't want y'all to think that I'm out here like unsubscribe. Like, I don't do that, because I don't wish bad on nobody. I just want you to think for yourself, because the problem isn't them. The problem is that you stop thinking for yourself and start letting them think for you. That's the issue. So I don't want y'all to stop following people. Is a board brush or brush okay to use? I don't even own a brush. Not sure what to buy. Any type of brush? Any type. Did y'all know? And I don't know how y'all gonna feel about this. Do y'all know, y'all, it wasn't until YouTube came around that, oh, board brush, ceramic brush, like, no, professionals, we don't think about that shit. Sorry, that stuff. A brush is a brush, girl. Go get a brush. Go get a brush and a comb. It's like, I'm not being disrespectful, but if you have a dog or a cat, you give your dog and your cat more attention than you give yourself. I have a dog. I brush my dog. How do you brush your dog's hair but not your own? Come on, y'all. Just get a brush. Go in the store, get a brush. Go on live, look at the brush that looks the cutest to you and get it. It's not that deep. It's not. It's not that deep. It's really not. Hey, Snacksy Something. Hey, Snacksy Something. I thought you put oil on your ears to protect them. Protect them from what? What is an oil gonna protect your ears from? It's not a rhetorical question, I'm asking. Because you said you thought you put oil on your ears to protect them from what? Like, and I'm not being rude or disrespectful. In the over a decade of me doing hair, I never put oil on one client's ends to protect them. Never. I've had over 47,000 clients sit in my chair. I have never put oil on their ends when I finish doing their hair to protect them. Never. If I added a serum when we got done, it was to control flyaways. Never to protect ends. So again, I'm not being rude, but what does oil protect your ears from? And like I said, I'm not being rude. I'm just asking a question, because if you can't answer the question, then you don't need to be doing it. What are you protecting ears from with oil? Because in reality, you doing the opposite. Especially, for example, if you live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and you put oil on your ears before you go outside, you doing the exact opposite. You're not protecting your ears from nothing. You frying them like chicken. If you live in Arizona or Nevada and you put oil on your ears before you go outside, and you standing in the sun, the ends of your hair are going to begin to fry and frazzle like chicken wings. Glad I listened. What you listen to, boo? Saying I hear your voice every night saying comb your hair, brush your hair, and I do. Yes, I love you, and that's why you got what I goddamn hair on your head. And that's the thing. I don't care. I'm not trying to be nobody's friend. When you laying in your bed and you know you're supposed to comb your goddamn hair, you trying to say, I don't feel like it. I want you to hear my voice in the back of your head. Like, oh, so you gonna eat that whole double cheeseburger, but you ain't gonna comb me? You gonna comb through TikTok, but you can't comb me? That's how we feeling? You can comb through all these damn reels and all these damn shorts on YouTube. You can comb through all these damn YouTube tutorials. You can comb through your little Amazon little list, but you can't comb your goddamn hair? Wow. That's how I hope you feel every time you laying up in your bed. Wow. Wow. What vitamins did you recommend for women going through menopause? Because my hair is constantly shaking. That'll be a whole nother video, babe. That's a complex answer. I normally wear my hijab. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is the thing. How you wearing your hair on a daily basis has nothing to do with your personal relationship with your body, right? The most important part is, for me, right, is your wash day and then the way you comb your hair. So if you wear your hijab every day, I hope I said that right. I'm sorry, girl, I'm from Detroit. I'm not Christian, but that's how I was raised, so I don't know nothing about that. I'm not Christian, but I don't know. I'm sorry. I hope I said that right, hijab. But if you wear your hair like that, most likely your hair is like in a ponytail or down or wrapped under it. I don't know how you wear it under there. I'm not sure. But babe, that makes your job even easier. And you, girl, you was cute. So I want you to think about it, babe. Like for you, right? And this just means you. Just me and you. So if you wash your hair and then you condition it, and then you rinse that conditioner out with cold water, spray down with leave-in conditioner. If you don't even have your hair out, babe, you can just blow dry it. And then once you blow dry it, remember, your leave-in conditioner, and I know this confuses a lot of people. A leave-in conditioner is exactly what it sounds like, my love. A leave-in conditioner is a conditioner that you leave in your hair. It prepares your hair for styling. It prepares your hair and protects your hair from the heat from the blow dryer. It protects your hair from environmental pollution, from sun radiation. That's what a leave-in conditioner is for. So if you're not going to do anything else than blow dry your hair, that's all you need. You don't need anything else. What are you packing your hair full of products for? Because if your hair is not going to do anything but stay under your hijab all day, my love, as soon as you get done, like you can put your hair in a ponytail, use a clip. I would suggest you like using a butterfly clip. So that way you don't have like no tight tension on the ponytail since you wear it on a daily basis, right? You could just get like a butterfly clip. I wish I had one over here, but I don't. You would just get like a butterfly clip, put your hijab on, and then whenever you get done at night, take it off before you go to bed. Girl, you in the house, can't nobody see you, so you take it off, and then pull out a paddle brush and just brush your hair. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's super easy, and you don't have to worry about stuff like that. Pure advice and lessons grew my hair. Thanks. My hijab is cotton, and so I thought to stop the friction to put oil. But love, you're not gonna stop the friction by putting oil on your hair. It's still gonna have the same friction. I know in hindsight, I know from the outside it looks like it's stopping something, but love, your hijab is cotton. Once you put it on your hair, the hijab soaks up all of the oil the second that you put it on. You're literally putting oil on your hair for nothing. The second that you put cotton on top of oil, it sucks it up. You're literally putting it on for nothing. That's what I'm saying. That's why we're having this conversation. I said it perfectly. Okay, thank you. I was like, I don't want to offend you. But like you low-key waste the money. I'm not trying to be like, you're wrong, you're stupid. No. I want you to stop wasting time and money. You might as well take whatever oil you have and pour it on your hijab. You might as well, because that's what it's doing. Okay? So I want you to think about that. And if you're worried about your ends, something that you can do instead of you using a product, you don't need a product for that. What you can do, I wish I had it with me. This not the one, but it's something like this. This isn't it. This isn't the one that I want you to get, but it's something like this, but it's bigger and it's like silk, right? So you can like put your hair up, and then you can like wrap your ends, like wrap your hair in a circle, and then you can tie this around it, and that way your ends would just be up and protected and you wouldn't have to worry about it. So it's not going straight from like hair to your hijab. It's like your hair, the satin thing, and then the thing that you put on. So that's what I want you to think about, and just try it, right? Because the oil, you wasting time, you putting an extra product on your hair that doesn't need to. The cotton is going to suck up the oil, so you're wasting your money. You know what I mean? Like, I just want you to just think about that. Girl, hey girl, what you doing, girl? I said it perfectly. Okay, so does anybody else have any more questions? I do want to let y'all know my one-on-ones are open, but it's going to be a little different. You'll go in, you'll request an appointment, and then once you as you're requesting an appointment, it'll give you prompts. You'll have to tell me like what issues you're having and blah, 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 all that stuff. And then, then after that, I'll confirm, like if we're in alignment, then I'll confirm the appointment and everything after that, right? So once you book, it ain't I'm gonna go in there and just book whatever day and pay online. That's how I was having it at first, and I feel like that's what kind of got me overwhelmed, people just being able to book whenever. But it's open now. I'll leave the link below. I did have a couple of questions via email that I wanted to tackle. You're welcome, boo. So I'm going to give y'all a chance to type. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Hold on, Taya. Okay, so really quick, I'm like, how do you recommend moisturizing the hair properly? So I'm going to send you a video that I've already done on moisture. It's 2 videos, for part 1 and part 2 on moisture. And I know a lot of y'all are not gonna like what I have to say. And if you don't like what I have to say next, go watch the videos that I'm talking about, because you'll understand exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying. There is nothing that you need to do to moisturize your hair. That's a phrase and a term that people put out there to sell you a hair product. Your hair does not need to be moisturized. It does not. It doesn't. It doesn't. Your scalp needs to be clean. And if your scalp is clean, your hair is automatically moisturized. If your scalp is clean and you're combing your hair while it's out, your hair is automatically moisturized. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. I love you so much. Point blank, period. I'll put the links to those 2 videos or moisture in the description box below when we finish, because I have 2 long videos. I appreciate you walking through this with me because it made sense in my head, but when you said it out loud, I'm like, you're right. Listen, and that's the thing. Sometimes when you think something and you like, you know what? What I'm gonna do, because my ends gotta stay moisturized, and this is a job, this is who I'm is, this is who I am. And this gonna go on. So what I'm gonna do, so my ends stay moisturized and my hair stay beautiful and long, I'm gonna put some oil on my ends first, and then I'll put my hijab on, like boom. So my ends gonna stay protected. And even though I gotta wear this hair on my head every day, when I take it off, it's gonna be like boom blam. When my husband sees this, it's gonna be like boom blam. When I see this, it's gonna be like boom blam. And that was it. And when you just think about it from that aspect, 100% it makes sense. That's why when somebody says something to me, I follow it up with the question. Because I want you to ask yourself that question, and I want you to hear the answer I want yourself to hear yourself, answer yourself. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what just happened. So I asked you the question and you heard yourself answer yourself and say, girl, the hijab is made of cotton, and when you put the oil on, the cotton suck it up. Duh, why are we doing this? Just so it all makes sense and it comes full circle. That's why I talk the way that I talk and why I say things the way that I say it. And not because I'm trying to be combative or argumentative. I don't want to be anybody's hands. I don't want to be anybody's legs, anybody's feet, anybody's brain, anybody's eyes, nothing. I want you to think for yourself. I want your eyes to become fully erect. I want everything on. That's what I'm here for. To cut everything on. I do not want a follower. I don't want to be the leader. No. All right. I'm new. Glad I stayed. Thank you. Oh, hello, Bill. Welcome to the family. I was gonna try to say something in a different language, but I don't know. Nothing. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. You are really debunking a lot of misinformation about our hair. And it's really unfortunate. I used to be a lot more emotionally involved than I am now. I feel like mentally and physically I became depleted like 2 years ago by it, and I got in this really, really like dark space where I was like second guessing myself, like, why am I doing this? Like, I know what I'm saying is right. I wasn't second guessing if whether or not the information that I was given was valid, but I'm like, why am I constantly giving this information to these women that don't want it? Why am I constantly giving of myself to these women that just want to argue and fight about simple information that if they just open their mind up, they could receive it and make changes, and it'll be easy. Spread the word. Like, it could spread like wildfires with ease. And I wanted to walk away so many times, but there's for every one negative person, there are like 100 more that are like, oh my God, Cyn, you changed my life. Like, oh my God, I just stopped doing this. I just stopped doing this. Not, oh, I just listened to you and you're so amazing and everything that you say is amazing. Oh my God, no. Just, I started listening to my body. I started following the science and not fads. I started depending on my own know-how, my own hands, my own tools, and not off videos from a random YouTuber or just from a random person or just from a random product line that's trying to make money off of me. Like, I'm really learning it for myself. Like, that's been the thing I think that has kept me going the most through all of it. And then I can't lie, it's been a beautiful thing to see most of the stuff that I've been telling y'all was gonna happen. Like, I did a full video, which I'm gonna go back soon. I'm gonna go back over it and like just look at it and like do a reaction video and us like talk on it, right? Just so y'all can see this shit, because I was talking everything that's happening now. I told y'all it was gonna happen like 2 years ago. And all my OGs know. I told y'all that in a couple years from now, all of the people that was telling y'all to do all of this, all of the people who telling y'all the rice water, all of this bagging method, all of them, they're gonna be done doing this, and they're gonna be making commentary videos, and they're all gonna be going to hairstylists, and then y'all all gonna have hydro fatigue, moisture overload, protein overload, going bald, and not knowing why. And the people who got you in the position gonna be long gone, and you're gonna be on your own. I said that like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And only my OGs will remember the live. Like I said, I may react to it later or I may not, because I don't get satisfaction off of that. I really, really wanted y'all to listen. I really didn't want this to happen. I really did not want that many dermatologists to be referring their clients to me, right? Because a lot of times when certain dermatologists, they'll give you treatment and they know that you're not really going to follow it. You're not really going to listen. So they'll have somebody that they work with that'll help, that'll like follow up. They'll either be working with a cosmetologist or a trichologist or somebody that's both, right? So those are things that I really, really wanted to like share. And I was just trying to tell everybody like, hey, y'all don't do this, because this could happen, right? So those are things that I want all of y'all to think about. Yes, Cyn, preach. I be trying to tell you. I appreciate learning about this. It's so true, Cyn. All the YouTubers that were doing hair videos now have cut their hair and do lifestyle vlogs. I know they do, because it was all bullshit the whole time. But see, listen, and again, not hair view sensitive. In the easiest way, and I'm about to give y'all some marketing 101. And sorry, all of my fellow marketers, I'm sorry for putting them up on game. One of the keys to marketing and making money is finding a pain and a pressure point. Hear me. If I can find a weakness, an insecurity, or something of high value that is going to be an argument, something that pinches a nerve, I can make millions of dollars. If I can tell you that I see your problem, I see your issue, and I can match you and make you feel like I feel and I understand exactly what you're going through. You're going through this. Have you been dealing with balding, burning, itching, tingling? Has your hair, no matter what you do, your hair's been falling out? Is your hair burning and crunchy and brittle? Are your ends broken? Dealing with single strand knots? They study the fucking market. They know every problem that you have. Have y'all not noticed that every product now that you hear, notice how now, because all of y'all's new thing is moisture. That's what everybody wants to know. How do you retain moisture? Every time a product is played, every time a commercial is played, the first thing they're going to target, either the first or the last thing they're going to target is lock in moisture for 24 hours. Lock in moisture for up to 72 hours. That's what they're going to say. And they get you. They got you. They got y'all. Lock in moisture for 45 minutes. So if y'all can learn the science of hair, if you learn the lingo, then you'll know who to go to and who not to go to. It's just as simple as that. Because at the end of the day, they were all doing it just to make money. They were doing it to make money. That's it. These YouTubers, if they really cared about hair, they would have went to school to do it. They didn't go to school. You know what they did? They said school don't even matter. Listen to me. School don't even matter. And the people who went to school, see, and then they hit on your pressure point, because a lot of y'all don't pick hairstylists right. So a lot of y'all go to ratchet hairstylists, and most Black women have really nasty experiences with hairstylists because they go to really ratchet ones. And ratchet means a multitude of different things. That's not the only definition of ratchet. There are a lot of different versions of ratchet, right? So they know it's a common fact that most Black women have a problem with other Black women. It's also a fact that most Black women have a problem or negative experiences with hair salons. It's also a fact that most Black women won't let go of things that happened to them 10 years ago. Most Black women went to one bad hairstylist or a couple of bad hairstylists 10 years ago and blame every hairstylist walking the face of this earth for the hairstylist that they selected. No hairstylist grabbed you, put you in the back of their truck, and forced you to sit in their chair. You walked in there on your own, baby. You sat down on your own. So they know that y'all don't like hairstylists. So they found every pressure point. And everybody fell for it. You fall for it every time. I'm not gonna put this in my hair. Is there any tea I can drink to help with glowy skin? Oh my God, yes. Like a couple. Blue tea is amazing for radiant skin. Amazing. And then there's one more with chamomile and raspberry leaf, but it's not available yet. And I would show you now, but I'm not, because it doesn't have a label on the bag. So we're not doing that yet. Damn, so true. So yeah, that's something that I just want y'all to think about. Like, because a lot of the stuff, nobody's keeping anything from you. You just not taking the time to think about it. Nobody's keeping anything from you. People just know, most businesses know that you're not going to take time to read anything. And you for damn sure ain't reading the fine print. You ain't even going to read the big print. So you for sure, damn sure ain't reading the fine print. They know that. So they going to make whatever they want to make. They going to study you. Why you think think about it. Give me a 2 if you remember Curl Smith. Give me a 2 real quick if you remember Curl Smith. Real quick, for the one time. And P.S. thank you to everybody who's been ordering while we've been on here. Okay, y'all heard of Curl Smith. So y'all remember when Curl Smith first came out, you couldn't go on YouTube for at least about, I don't even want to say a full month. Yeah, let's say a month. For at least a month, you couldn't go on YouTube without hearing about Curl Smith. How many times have you heard about it? How many times have you heard about it within the last 2 months? How many times have you heard about it? Ain't nobody talking about Curl Smith no more. Why? Because when Curl Smith came out, they was hitting up all of the people that they needed to do all their promo for them. And then they got all y'all bread. And then once y'all used it, y'all was like, I mean, it's cool. But it wasn't as deep as everybody was making it. So everybody stopped talking about it because nobody's like, I can't live without Curl Smith. Oh my God, what will I ever do without Curl Smith? Oh my God, Curl Smith. And y'all was like, Curl Smith is better than Olaplex. It's 10 times better than Olaplex. And then y'all stopped talking about Curl Smith, and we went from talking about Curl Smith to now K18 or K19 is better than Olaplex. Y'all got to pay attention. Y'all keep getting played because nobody is paying attention. Nobody knows what they actually need. Nobody knows what their actual hair problems are. So from that perspective, everybody is just throwing stuff at the wall, and whatever sticks first is what everybody's wanting. So it's like nobody knows what to do. So it's like if Curl Smith, that's the popular thing, that's what's getting the most views. Let me make a video about Curl Smith. Let me go get some Curl Smith and make a video so I can get in on this Curl Smith ride. So I can get some of these Curl Smith views. That's what it's about, right? And if everybody can get there, and if everybody can understand the way the game works, then you can understand how to treat your hair. You can understand how to heal your hair from stuff like single strand knots. Yes, single strand knots is a form of split ends, right? Hold on. Something smells a little, hold on. Hold on, guys. I need the bathroom. Hold on, guys. I ain't putting people. Sorry, guys. But yeah, hold on, let me make sure nobody else is pushing the walls in the ladies' room. The last video I see on Curl Smith was 2 years ago. Exactly. And guess what? And a year from now, they'll be saying the same thing about K18 or K19. Oh, okay. But guess what? 2 years from now, Olaplex will still be around, doing the same thing that it's been doing this whole time. So that's why that's why I always say I want y'all to pay attention to the fads. And when I say pay attention to the fads, I mean pay attention and learn if whether or not these fads are fads, just fads, or if they're lining up with the science of hair. If a product comes out that lines up with the science of hair, I don't mind. Like, for example, I have a few products in my Amazon store that I love and I recommend. I do. And they'll always be there. A lot of people be like, oh, Cyn, your Amazon store don't change. You know why? Because I'm not a product junkie. I'm not flip-flopping. It's never going to be a time where I'm always recommending a whole bunch of different products to you guys, because I don't. I'm focused on inner health. That's why I opened the Apothecary, because I'm leading from a place where I'm showing you like the real ins and outs of your body and what you're supposed to be doing with your body from the inside out, right? Not coming from an outside source. Sorry, it just smells like something. Well, my husband, he ain't burning nothing, but it's like he be having the fire up so high because he think that make the food get done, and I think it's something burning up here. It'd be good though. He can cook. He just be having fire too. Yeah, but that is why I'm always making certain videos showing y'all like what real split ends look like, because I really want you to get to a place where you really, really understand what is going on as it's pertaining to how your hair is growing on a regular basis, right? One comment that I got, and I'm looking at my phone because I meant to add it to the screen, but I don't think I'm going to be able to now. But it is a review that I got from one of the members of my 7-day challenge, and she was just letting me know, like, hey, Cyn, I know, like, I was one of those people at first. I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to treat my hair the way that she's saying, like the way that I'm saying. Okay, I know you used to using 10 products. I know you used to using 5-6 products for wash day. No, use 3. No, use 4, including your shampoo and your conditioner. And that's it. And then do something very simplistic to your hair. And when they follow the steps that I'm saying, like, they get fast results in a very, very, very short amount of time, right? This is one review that I got from one of the members from the 7-day challenge, and she's just showing like, hey, like, this is her before and this is her after, right? So to go from her hair being here at this point, and I wish that we could zoom up if I have my glasses on. If I'm not mistaken, this is about at like 5 inches at its longest point. She's at about 5 inches, and then we can see where that is. And this isn't a whole lot of time. This isn't like 2-3 years or nothing like that, right? She's just letting you know that this is from October. I'm sorry, this is from December. Hold on, let me see. I started the challenge in October. The first pick is from December 28th. And the second pick is from today, March. So from December to March. So the first one is December, and March, right? So it's something that can be fixed, right? You are not stuck with having damaged hair. You're not stuck at a growth plateau. If there is something happening where your hair is only getting to a certain point, then that means that there's something that you're doing that's throwing your natural hair growth cycle off. There's something that you're doing that is throwing the natural hair cycle off. So what I'm telling you, instead of you constantly going on social media sites and going on blogs and arguing, think about it. How many years have all of these team natural blogs been around where they're sharing stuff and arguing with each other and cussing each other out? No, you don't put that. You put rice nipple pickle juice in your hair. No, bend upside down and fart 4 times and your hair will grow. Like, all of that. They've been doing that for all of these years. And where is everybody now? At the dermatologist? They're at the dermatologist's office. And a lot of people aren't saying this. A lot of people aren't sharing this information. And the thing is, naturally, everybody's hair thins out, right? And when your hair starts thinning out, it's not permanent. When your hair thins out, that is not time for you to go get products and put products on your hair. Absolutely not. When your hair starts thinning out, it's time for you to start tackling the body from the inside. When the hair starts thinning out, that means something in the inside of the body is throwing your natural hair growth cycle off. With certain forms of alopecia, with most forms of alopecia, you can reverse it. Most forms of alopecia are from a hormonal imbalance. And once that hormonal balance is on a level playing field, then it goes away. But see, a lot of people don't want to do that. They're like, oh, they don't know me because they're not Black. So when you go to the dermatologist tell you lower your stress, stop greasing your scalp, don't put heavy products on the scalp, wash your hair more, use this product on your hair, and change your patterns in your routine. You be like, they don't know. They're not Black. They don't know. They don't know. They're not Black. They don't know. Well, guess what? I'm Black. And if you book a one-on-one with me, I'm going to tell you the same thing. That's why I stopped doing one-on-ones, because I'm like, hey, I'm not about to keep arguing with women. I'm just not doing it. And I found myself going back and forth with women the way they dermatologists would, and I'm just not doing it. Miss Frederick T word freaking. I mean, yeah, but it depends on what you're trying to heal. Remember, again, when products stopped being the most popular thing, people jumped on the next thing, which were herbs. I've been an herbalist for a while. When I was making hair videos, when I was standing behind the chair, I was an herbalist. Nobody knew about it because I just wasn't sharing that. I was studying. I wasn't studying to share with other people. Herbs are not just like, oh, here's an herb, I'm gonna put it in my hair. Oh, here's the herb, I'm gonna use it. You need to study the herb first. So the first thing you need to find out, what is fenugreek? Where does it come from? What illnesses can it treat in the body? Forget hair. What does fenugreek do to the human body? Hair, skin, and nails. What does fenugreek do for the human eyes, for vision? What does it do for brain health? What does it do for gut health? What does it do for hair? What does it do for skin? What does it do for nails? Research everything that fenugreek is. What is it? What are its properties? All right. These herbs are living organisms. And I study each herb for like a month. For a week. Every herb gets a week to itself. So it's not like, oh, what about fenugreek? And then I just give you everything there is to know about fenugreek. No. Study a herb before you link your life force with it. When you put something in your body, you are linking your life force with it. That's down to the people that you laying in bed with, the food that you put into your body, the things that you ingest. Before you introduce a herb into your body, learn what it is. What do it do? Where does it come from? Respect it. And I think that's where most of my intensity comes from, is like, oh my God, here we go. Not everybody's on herbs. You have to have respect for herbs. You don't want to have respect for hair products and stuff like that made by humans. Okay, don't do that. But herbs are put here by God. You have to learn them, respect them, understand what they are, where they come from, where they want to be, where they don't want to be. All herbs don't go in your hair. All herbs can't be ingested. There are certain herbs that if you ingest them into your body, you will die. There are certain herbs that can be ingested into the body, but if they on the scalp, you will get an infection, and the other way around. So just because a herb has good properties doesn't mean that you could drink it. Just because a herb has good properties don't mean you can put it in your hair. I don't want I don't want to be anybody's encyclopedia. I don't want to be anybody's anything. No. Before you ingest anything, I love and I respect herbs. I'm not gonna speak for herbs. Herbs can speak for themselves. I don't speak for God. God speaks for itself. So as it pertains to herbs and things of that nature, if you're going to use fenugreek in your hair, if you're going to drink fenugreek, if you want to know about fenugreek, if you want to know about the herbs that you ingest, study them first. That's why before I present a herb to y'all in my apothecary, I make a video about it first. Not just to promote it, obviously it's to promote it, not just to promote it, but just so you can be familiar with the herb before you buy it. And my hope and my intention is that after you watch my video, you pick up a book and you start searching more. Don't think YouTube is not a book. YouTube is not an encyclopedia. YouTube is not a place that you come to get all of your education. YouTube is where you come to get nuggets. YouTube is where you come to get led in a certain direction. Okay, go look over there. Go look over there. Go look over there. Go look over there. I'm telling you where to look. I am not trying to be your storybook or your Bible. No. I don't want to create followers. I want to create leaders. We have enough followers. I don't want followers. I need more leaders thinking for themselves. More leaders saying, hey, I've been doing this for this long. This hasn't been working. Maybe I can sit down, learn my body, learn what's messing it up, and learn what I can do to fix it. And before I ingest something, learn the property of these herbs, learn the properties of all of the things that I'm ingesting, and learn them so much that I have the respect and reverence to use them the way that I'm supposed to. For example, for the most part, we have a minimalistic version of respect for onions, right? We got a minimum respect for onions, and this is what I mean by that. We are very aware. We know enough about onions to know that when we cut them, we like to have them far away from our face. Why? Because the acid that's being released is going to cause our eyes to water. So there are certain procedures that we follow so that onions don't affect us in a certain way, because we know, we respect, and we love onions. You respect and you reverence onions. So if you chopping them with your hands, you're not gonna go like this. You're not gonna do that. Why? Because you respect onions enough to know that if you put onion juice on your hands, your eyes are going to be on fire, because you've respected the onions enough to learn and reverence them enough to not just be throwing it in your eyes. You know it's great for vision. You're not going to do this because you respect onions, and you understand that if you want to ingest the properties of onions for vision, you don't put it in your eyes. You ingest it into your mouth, and you let your digestive system break it down and take it to the parts of the body that is needed. You don't just put it in your hair. You don't just drink a herb just to drink it. If you have certain allergies, you can't use cloves. Everybody putting cloves in their hair. If you have certain allergies, you should not put cloves in your hair. And guess what? A lot of people don't even know that they have certain allergies until they use certain products and have an overabundance of them at one time. Then they know. Do y'all know how many clients I've had that have had to go to the hospital because of life-threatening illnesses that came from putting cloves in their hair? If you have a certain medical condition, or if your body works a certain way and cloves interact with your respiratory system and with your blood flow, it can cause massive blood clots. Research it for yourself. So that's what I mean when I'm saying, we just really, really need to learn to reverence the herbs that we're using. Not like, oh, make herbs your God. No, that's not what I'm saying. But That's who made them. So that's the only thing. That's what I need y'all to think about. I just need y'all to really, really, really think about the things that you do. Really think about the things that you're putting in your hair. Think about the videos that you are watching. If you watch a video, if somebody tells you to put a herb in your hair, turn it off. Like, turn it off. No. Now, there are a group of women who would put herbs in their hair, but they washed it out. So now if she's saying, I still don't like, because all it's doing is killing bacteria. That's all it's doing. It's killing bacteria. That's it. It's killing bacteria. That's it. So if you wash your hair on a regular basis, you don't really need to do that. It was ritualistic back in the day. Yes, a lot of certain nationalities did it, but it was like in a ritualistic way. Like it was something that they did, like, okay, every 10 weeks, every 28 weeks, every stuff like that. Like it wasn't just, oh, it's time to shampoo, let's put roses in our hair. Like it didn't. Okay, so that is pretty much it. I don't think anybody else has questions, but I did want to go over that with you really quick, just so you guys can really get a clear understanding of what I'm about. I know we've had so many new freaking subscribers. Like, oh my god. I want to say, hold on, I'm gonna try to show y'all a link in my other information now. So, nope, I can't. It's not gonna let me show you. But we almost got 5,000 new freaking subscribers. I'm gonna take a screenshot and like blank everything out and then show y'all on the community tab. But I have almost 5,000 new subscribers, and I just want to say hello and welcome to all of my new people. And I just need y'all to know, like I said, I am not going to be that person who is saying the things that you want to hear to make things easier for you. I'm not going to say that, like, oh, I'm going to make it so easy. All you have to do is this. Like, I'm not going to say that because it's not real. And most people that are saying, all you have to do is, anytime a sentence starts like that, they're saying that, so you will be, oh, I'll watch this to the end because I know this is going to be an easy fix. I'm going to listen. Okay? So the book that you had in your hand, the encyclopedia, is that on Amazon? Yes, that's on Amazon. Yes, ma'am. But you can search just go look for books on herbalism on Amazon, and I actually have a whole Amazon list just for my favorite herbal ebooks and stuff. Herbal ebooks, my favorite herbal books, just so you can like get a really, really good glimpse at what they look like. And that book there is literally my favorite one because it has so many different herbs. It was in the picture. It was a white book. Hold on. Don't be trying to be in my closet. It's dirty in here. Hold on. Hold on. That's how y'all know I be falling asleep reading books. I don't even know where the hell my book is. It's somewhere. I don't know. I was just reading it the other day. But it looks the same way it looked on the picture. It's a pretty nice size book. Okay? Okay, so really quick, I need you. I'm sorry for that clap. I'm sorry with your headphones on. Really quick, I just need y'all to let me know really quick before we go, what type of videos do you want to see? what type of video requests do you have? Like, what type of things do you need? What type of issues are you having? Or what type of videos do you want to see here on my channel? I'm going to give y'all some time to type it out. And if you're watching this on replay, I need you to go ahead and type that within the comments, all right? Because I want to know what type of videos you need. I'm not like, oh yes, I can't wait to debunk some myths. Like, that's not my thing. But I don't have a problem doing it. I really don't. My intention is never to debunk myths. It just so happens that when we talk about the science of hair and the actual science of the human body, most of the time myths are debunked, right? So that's not my intention. That's never what I am trying to do in any way, shape, or form, all right? So if you guys have any questions that pop up, because I'm pretty sure some people are typing over here, you can see in the corner. But I just can't, I don't know, patience isn't really my strong point. But I just really want everybody to get to a place where you feel comfortable going and digging for yourself for certain information. I want you to feel comfortable understanding that most of the time the stuff that you're hearing online is just for views. And the first time you hear something, if it's some new fad, if it's a new technique, stop being the first person to hop on. Because you're going to be some of the first and last people to hop on something. Like the beauty said here, she haven't heard nobody say nothing about Curl Smith in 2 years. It came and went. It came and left. It came in and went out. Hey now. Hey, boo. How are you, boo? Twist hairstyles you were doing in your last video. You want me to go deeper into it? See, this is the thing. I'm not gonna hold you up. It's not like a hairstyle for me. That's what I do. Like, if I don't feel like braiding it, or if I don't want to twist it up. Like for me, with HS, with hydrogenated suppurativa, I have outbreaks in the summertime because I'm sweating so much in my scalp, and it like makes my follicles think something's going on, so it slows down my hair growth cycle. So in the summertime, my hair, it like thins out around like the front in some places. It's not really noticeable for most people, but I notice it because it's my hair. But that's literally been happening my entire life, right? My entire life, because I've had hydrogenated suppurativa my whole life, right? But I'm used to it, like, so I know how to make my hair come back when that happens, because it is something that I'm dealing with from like it's a hormonal thing, right? My body has an overproduction of estrogen. That's another thing about HS. With HS, my body is producing too much estrogen. It doesn't know what to do with it. So sometimes a certain time of year that could cause like my hair to thin out and stuff like that, depending on what's going on in my environment. But I can always fix it. Always. I love your videos. You saved my hair last year from rice water and apple cider vinegar. I love you. I just oh my god, I hate it so much. Like, listen, I love apple cider vinegar because I make like vegan buttermilk, and you know how if you want to make vegan buttermilk, you could just put vinegar or apple cider vinegar inside of like almond milk or any type of plant-based milk, and it'll like make it curd. So I love apple cider vinegar for that. But like certain people that made me hate apple cider vinegar, and then y'all argue about it. That's why I made that statement at the beginning, because somebody bald-headed granddaughter was like, why would I listen to somebody who got on the wig about rice water or about apple cider vinegar? It's like, listen, I don't care if my hair was skin bald. Up is still up, down is still down, water is still wet, and dirt is still dry. Like, it don't matter, like how I'm wearing my hair. So that's something that I really, really appreciate you for, the fact that you were able to hear me, and the fact that you were able to sit down, use your own brain, and be like, all right. Because when you sit down and look at it, it's nothing to argue about. Rice water is pure protein. It's a live, uncontrolled microorganism that's pure protein. And it's so funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's actually kind of messed up. But it's like rice water came along and had all Black women attacking me. Oh, bitch, this. And I'm leaving them up. I'm leaving the comments up because, and I hope YouTube is up 100 years from now. And I hope all y'all granddaughters see y'all dusty asses on my page. Like, fuck you, bitch. Talking about rice water. And it's crazy because when you do the process of elimination, do you know how many freaking dermatologist friends I have? And we sit down and talk about it and compare notes. Not to mention a dermatologist, especially a dermatologist that is not, that don't have no Black friends, that don't know Black people and don't know weird Black people who put apple cider vinegar and rice water in their hair. They do not even understand how you got here. When we are in school, in cosmetology school, they're not teaching, like, for example, when people are like, oh, hairstylists, they lazy. They don't want to take out weaves that's been in for 3 months. Do you understand that there is nothing on state board that teaches you how to comb out hair or how to wash hair that hasn't been washed in 6 months? There is not one page in the cosmetology book that teaches you how to do that, because it's not something that's supposed to happen. They didn't plan for that. They didn't teach anybody that. So all of this stuff is stuff that we are learning on our own. Women leaving weaves in their head for 6 months. People not washing their hair for 3-4 months at a time and then coming in to get a shampoo. Like, nobody knows how to deal with that. So when you go to a dermatologist and you have a massive scalp infection like that, they are fucking mind blown. They have no idea how you got this type of infection in your follicle. They have no idea. Because if you're going to see a dermatologist that's a white man that's 40 years old, he don't know shit about rice water and not washing your hair for 6 months. He washes his hair every day in the shower. He has no idea. He's so confused and bewildered by it. That's why he's like, oh my God, what? Okay, just do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, and you'll be fine. Stop doing all of that stuff and only do this. And then your response is, he ain't Black, so he don't know. It's like, so I appreciate you so much for you just seeing like, okay, I'm doing all of this stuff to my hair, but what is it doing? Because if y'all pay attention to the track record, before rice water, before y'all apple cider vinegar, Black women did not have the type of alopecia at the rates that they have it now that they did back then. I don't care what nobody say. A lot of people not gonna like it when I say this, especially braiders, especially new braiders. That's why I don't do hair no more. Y'all little young girls, y'all can do it. Do your thing. 21, do your thing. But I'm sorry, as I remember, edge control is a newer thing, right? Of course, edge control was out maybe like the 6th year into me having my cosmetology license. But braiders have been around forever. That's a new thing. Braiders doing box braids with edge control. Braiders filling up the parts and packing edge control, pushing edge control into the scalp. That's new. It's braiders that's been braiding hair for 20, 30 years. They weren't using no edge control, and them braids used to be popping. What you talking about? The braider that I used to go to when I was younger, she never used edge control, and we were good. So I want y'all to pay attention and start tracking the time frame. Don't take my word for it. I don't need to be nobody's prayer book. I don't need to do it. Get somebody else to do it. But I do want you to go ahead and go do some research. Go map out the amount of women that have alopecia now and balding and all of the stuff that's going on, and coincide that with your rice water. Coincide that with your apple cider vinegar. All of that. All of it. Because long term, what I do for a living now, I don't stand behind the chair anymore. Now I do consulting. The majority of my clients are the people that have come after they done with the apple cider vinegar. That's why I don't want to hear it. because I treat the people after the apple cider vinegar has killed their hair follicles, after the rice water has killed the hair follicle, after the petroleum has killed the hair follicle, after the pink oil moisturizer has killed the hair follicle. Hair serum and leave-in conditioner. I would like a video. Alrighty, so I think I want to show you something. Hold on. Sorry. So I just want to share the screen with you really quick. So all of the links are going to be left in the description box below. But I do have quite a few. Oh crap! I do have quite a few new things in the Apothecary, and I have quite a few new things coming. But before the new things come, I want you to get your hands on some of the stuff that's been here. By the way, just like my website is monetized, I mean, just like here on YouTube, I'm monetized. I'm also monetized on my website. So when you head over to my website, you see stuff like this. I'm not going to click the ads because it's me, but click some ads. You know, shop around. That was Facebook. Yes, Facebook paid your girl for ad space on her website. Yeah, and if you need to, if you want to learn how to turn your website into the same type of entity that your YouTube channel is, then you let me know, buddy, and I'll tell you about it, because I know Twitter, Instagram, all of those things, those are nice. They seem nice. Those things are great. They used to be nice for me too, but you know what's even nicer? A website that you own. You see this right here too? Yeah, this is another person paying for ad space on my website. Click a button and help a player out. You know, anywho, so if you want to start my 7-day hair growth challenge, you head over to my website. It's literally the first thing here. You just click on here, it takes you straight over there. Here are a couple of the blends that I have, right? And then you can check out my blog, all of my ebooks. Excuse me. If you need to book a consultation, you can here. Don't pay attention to this. I just changed it, but this can come back. I'm gonna edit it. But remember, we only requesting appointments, and if y'all start on my nerves again, we can't. If y'all want to make any donations, just for like today, like if you feel like, oh my God, man, you give good information. I don't want no teas. I don't want to buy nothing. I don't need no one-on-one, but I just want to give you like $5 because you make me feel so good, and you done taught me so much stuff that I wouldn't even know, stuff that these other YouTubers wouldn't even tell a player. You know, if you want to show your appreciation on, you can just click on the donate now button on my website and give your girl a little donation. You know what I'm saying? I love you so much. Boom, chakala, bam. So yeah, then if you want to shop herbs, you can click here. If you go to the top where it just says Herbal Apothecary, it goes ahead and it sends you to all of the different tabs. All of my disclaimers are here. Read them, y'all. But if you don't want to be here, you can just go straight to herbs, right? You just head straight over to herbs. We have my newest baby, which is our brew buddy, the Cyn Gunpowder, which is our top seller. Well, no, blue tea is the top seller. Gunpowder is definitely number 2. We have the hibiscus, the moringa. We have oregano and spearmint. That's almost sold out though. Blue tea, we will always have that on deck. Then the berry booster, always on deck. Jamaican hibiscus, always on deck. Black tea, almost sold out. Marshmallow root and hibiscus, always on deck. Nettle leaf and marshmallow root. Nettle leaf is on deck. Marshmallow root is almost sold out. All right, so that is everything. No, I mean, in as it pertains to the herbs. I have a couple of more coming up. And then as it pertains to scalp treatments, we don't have any products here. Most likely, don't get mad, most likely I'm going to be taking this part off because y'all, I just don't have any desire to sell hair products in any way, shape, or form. I love y'all, but I just don't. So the this glycerite is it sold out? Oh no, it's not. I'm sorry, never mind. It's not sold out. So we still have the blue the blue bliss glycerite, which is just a glycerite made from the the blue butterfly pea flower, and it's nothing but the glycerin, purified water, and the blue flower, right? And then we have rose water, hydrosol, and then I have another glycerite with hibiscus and mugwort that we have. And then there are a couple of glycerites that I'll be adding later in the week, all right? So that's the extracts and tinctures. The extracts are made with glycerite. The tinctures are going to be made with alcohol, but we are not doing those yet. You know what I mean? Like, we're just not doing those yet. And that is it. We don't have any of the soaps up right now because they're all sold out at this time, but we have the blue soap coming back next week, as well as this brand new soap with hibiscus and mugwort in it. I'm sorry. All right. So yeah, that is the website. So if you guys ever want to shop Simple Apothecary, you could just head straight over there. Link in the description box below. Okay. And if you have purchased anything, which I know you have because it's hundreds and hundreds of y'all, make sure you go to the testimonial tab and write me a testimonial if you order before today. So if you ordered today, girl, your stuff ain't going out today. But if you ordered yesterday before like noon, your order already went out. USPS already got your stuff. So anybody who's ordered before yesterday at noon, your stuff USPS already has it. Okay. I love y'all so much. If you have any questions that I did not answer, leave them in the comments below. Okay. If you have purchased anything from me, write me a testimonial. Link will be in the description box below. Okay. And that is it. I love y'all, and I will see you. Well, you gonna see me. I'm not gonna see you. You're gonna see me in the video that comes tomorrow. So be back here on my channel tomorrow by 4 o'clock in the PM Pacific time. You can possibly be up before that, but for sure it'll be there by then. I love you, and I will see you later. Okay? All righty. Bye.